This is Anna Stella at Brezo Lounge.
And you're watching Anna Stella Rocks with Evan McDermott at 3rd Degree Gurns.
That was perfect, Evan.
Thank you. I was really
I never
nervous
doubted you. I know.
I was racing a little bit.
And you told me before the interview this is your first.
First
How
interview.
is this your first interview? Because the band you were in previously, which was the Last Dregs, that'd been going for a while, hadn't it?
Yeah, 2 years. And it's the okay stuff. We thought it was a lot more famous than we actually were. So,
Did you?
Yeah. But
how did you find out then that you weren't as famous as you thought?
I think it was the time when we did a gig. And there was more of us on the stage than there was off the stage, and it was kind of thought. The thing is with the Last Dregs, if you don't know, it was a punk band that I was in.
You described it very lovingly as the shittest punk band in Manchester.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, that was
Which was
in one of our songs
incredibly
as well.
endearing. It was brilliant, and it was all about drinking and all really light-hearted, really fun, and a real Ramones sound to it.
It was very
and it was the Ramones influence was extremely obvious, and you weren't trying to hide that at all. And I remember the first time, I think it was the only time I saw you was at Zombie Shack, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And as soon as I got the Ramones sort of references, I just had a huge smile on my face because I'm a big Ramones fan.
Yeah,
I was lucky enough to be able to see them live myself in London. And for such a young band to be that influenced by them, I just thought it was really heartwarming. So.
That's nice. We had that another time actually. There was something like that happened. I don't know if you've ever heard of a band called Cosmic Psychos. They're an Australian punk band that've been going for 40 years. But very small, very underground, and was playing Rebellion Bar in Manchester once in the Last Dregs, and was playing one of Cosmic Psycho songs, and this Australian band came in from outside, and was like, oh my god, are you playing them? And we found like a massive friendship with those over that. So I think the music we're playing people did seem to respond to it really well when they were into it. Yeah, I did. It was very good. Back to the gig at the Zombie Shack one. I'll tell you, and I don't think anyone will disagree, none of us remember it. We'd been drinking quite heavily before that one as well, So,
I can't say I'm surprised. What I remember was a lot of pushing and shoving on the stage.
Yeah.
And I know that one of the players looked considerably older than the others, and I was thinking, it was somebody's dad filling in.
It was Jay was the rhythm guitarist.
Yeah.
It was a 5-piece band. Jay was the rhythm guitarist, and then his dad, he taught us everything we all know. He taught me. We had singing lessons. We called them guitar lessons, but what they really were, it was like tutor in the band. He also wrote a lot of our material as well.
Did he?
Yeah. So he was like an unofficial 6th member of the Last Dregs.
Yeah.
But then this one time, the bassist couldn't actually make it, so we had to. He came on stage with us, and it must have worked. It was really good.
So how does the new band, the 3rd Degree Gurns?
Gurns, yeah.
Call it Burns. 3rd Degree Gurns, or you call it the Gurns.
There's a lot wants to go be known as the Gurns. I think there's more of a ring to it.
How does it sort of compare?
It's very different. So in the Last Dregs, it was the first time I'd been in a proper band where I had to say it about sounding arrogant, but because I've been doing this for quite a while now, especially 6 years I've been doing this for, and I'm 20. So I think I've got a bit of perspective on what is good and what is bad. As I must admit, the first bands I was in, it wasn't particularly good. I never could hear anything where I was like, whoa, that's a really cool sound. And then it was actually in the Last Dregs, it was the first time I ever did that song Daytime Drinking, and I was in band practice, and I was like, whoa, that's incredible. Like, I was like, for me then, it was the first time I'd ever been in a band where, there's 5 people absolutely loving it, and it seemed really cool then. 3rd Degree Gurns, on the other end, is actually a college band. It started off as a college band last year, and by the time I was in 3rd Degree Gurns, it was different. It's more of Last Dregs, I never wrote anything for Last Dregs. No. I never played guitar in Last Dregs.
I'm really surprised to hear that. I assumed you were the
some lyrics I wrote. I'd write some lyrics for it, but more just kind of stood there and enjoyed it really. I didn't really want to push too hard, and I wrote one song for us once, but it wasn't very, it didn't really fit with the vibe of it. And so with 3rd Degree Gurns, it's more different.
So are you doing the lyrics?
I have more control. I think I have.
So it's more your thing. And it's an indie band, isn't it? 'Cause I've got a really nice description from your basic playing.
Indie, also punk. It's different.
Okay, so still sort of punk indie. You got here. Have you seen James's dad?
Yeah, that was
your
James's. I changed that today actually. Yeah.
And then indie rock with Primark socks.
We changed all this. This was when we was a college band, and the college tutor said you had to make a Facebook page.
Okay.
I was like, we'll just throw them together really fast because we couldn't.
So that's what you wrote.
That's what I wrote for that one. Yeah, but now we're taking it a bit more seriously, so we thought we might as well go in and change some of those stuff.
How many of you are actually in the band?
There's 4 of us in the band.
Okay.
It's me singing and sometimes rhythm guitar. There's Sam the guitarist, Gareth the bassist, and James the drummer. Sam only joined last September. It was going for a year before that, but we never even wrote a song.
Right.
And then when this Sam guy joined up, we've written like 4 songs already. We're going recording in a few.
So you're planning to release some music soon?
Yeah, we're open to. We've written a song called. In fact, we're planning to release a song called Classy Man, which is like kind of a single, and do a music video for it in Manchester. And we've got it all storyboarded and stuff. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Okay. Now you've got Battle of the Bands coming up.
This
next week.
Yeah,
right?
It's something new.
Atma.
Atma, Northern Quarter.
Yeah.
It's a new thing I was looking at starting. So the Atma, it's like the gigs that we're doing for the Degree Gurns, we don't go through promoters.
Right.
Because I don't know.
Just promote them, sort of self-promote.
Yeah. And we just basically book a room and hope the gig makes enough money to pay off the room. If it doesn't, we have to go into our own pockets. If you know what I mean. So I figured what we're going to do now is once a month. I want the Atma to be known as kind of like the third Degree Gurns place. So we're going to do like it's like 3 bands will play and compete for it. And then whilst it's all being tallied up, that's when we'll play. So we're not like in the competition. We're just playing while it all gets tallied up, and then someone will come and announce the winner.
So who have you got playing then on the 28th?
We have a band called Spangled, an indie rock band.
So these are all local bands?
Yeah, they're all local, pretty. Yeah. I've got they are local. There's Spangled, and we've got a band called Graceland. I'm not too sure about them, but I think they're also indie rock. And then we've got a really cool band called Jungle Boys. We've done quite a few gigs with those. They're like
so many Manchester bands, you know. I've got a list that I created because I often sort of get requests, you know, people touring and want to know which local bands there are and who they could possibly tour with, and that sort of thing. So I send out lists that I've sort of made myself over the months and years, but I'm always hearing about new Manchester bands.
That's a great thing.
Saying, how did I not know about them? How did I not know about them? But they're just cropping up, and there's more
massively.
and more. And the scene here is just incredible.
It is great.
We've got amazing venues.
Very.
Brilliant bands.
I mean, the thing I noticed for a while is a lot of promoters. I don't not say take advantage of, but like kind of know how to get money out of these bands. And I think a lot of the gigs you see around, I don't think they're very beneficial to these bands.
Really?
Yeah, I think if I could give any advice, I know I'm not particularly.
No, please do.
Much better. Any advice I'd give would be, you know, you don't really need a promoter. It's somewhat like a middleman at this stage. I'd say just book a room and do your own gig, and then you can do it your own way.
The more you do yourself, the better.
You learn about it. You control what bands play. You know, it's all down to you then.
You get to learn a lot as well.
Massively. Yeah. It is. I think that's much more important than going for a promoter, showing up at a certain time, playing a certain time to 10, 20 people who are your friends who you beg to come down, and then it's like.
I think that's really good advice. So after the Atma gig, what have you got coming up?
We've got that planned till May.
Right,
so that's 4 months. And hopefully I hope to continue after that.
Okay, that's great. So how do people that want to take part, sort of?
Right now it's really a case of people I know. Spreading the word through that. I try on social media.
So can people contact you?
Absolutely,
via Facebook or?
Absolutely, you can message.
You're not on Twitter, are you?
No, I'm not based on Twitter. But you can always message the Third Degree Gurns page.
Okay.
Because all the events pages are done under that. I've tried to make it like Third Degree Gurns Presents, so people know where the the name for it.
So guys, if you want to be on the bill for one of these,
absolutely message. You know.
For the Battle of the Bands at Atma.
It's the last Tuesday of every month.
Last Tuesday of every month, and it's sort of indie rock or
anything to play. If you want to, if you're acoustic, you want to come play. Absolutely anything. But spoken poetry can come and play if you want to. You know, it's anything you want to do. Local talent, you know, battle. And it's not. It's a battle of the bands, but it's not like there's an incredible prize. Like it's a low budget event. So right now, what we're doing is we're trying to get the winner's going to come on stage and play one song, and it's going to be like recorded quite well. So then we can splice that together and get a bit like a live video going.
Brilliant.
And then I'm in contact with the guy, so not for this January on Saturday, but the guy who owns the Atma, he also owns rehearsal rooms, so I'm trying to maybe sort out the prize being some free rehearsal.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's really good.
I hope so. I think instead of just giving someone a bottle of booze or like a little bit of money,
try and get something that helping other bands as well.
I hope so. And then
helping the scene.
Both learn from it as well.
I think that's brilliant.
Thank you.
Right, I think we'll leave it there. I think. Thank you so much for the interview.
Welcome.
It was really nice to see you again. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the Gurns.
Yeah, I also. I hope it doesn't disappoint for the last dregs. It's not quite as much about drinking, but it's still a lot.
That's fine. You've matured a bit since then.
I hope so.
Until next time.
This is rock and roll.
This is rock and roll.